Suleiman Rahim here, Blessing of the Covenant, breaking the 7 seals. Brothers and sisters, I want to do a little critique of the shit show we had this morning. Okay. And some other things I want to discuss. Hopefully I'll keep it brief. I know I never do, but I'm going to try. First of all, brothers and sisters, I want to make a couple comments on something. You know, the role of the woman and the man, and we got to get away from that woman stuff. Woman, man, female, ladies, laddies. See, that's because that sealed Bible mentality put the man in front and the woman behind, in the back. Because we've been governed by the sealed Bible for the last 500 years. Before that, right, the Quran, which actually it's a moon, the sealed Bible was even before that, but it didn't become effective until the last 500 years because they descended into Catholicism. But the moon was there reflecting in the absence of the sun, and the sun was the sealed Bible. And we're going to talk about that a little more in a minute. But we use the analogy of the womb and the sperm, right, and the egg. See, the home, the house, right, that's the womb. That belongs to the woman. See, that's the womb. That prepares you for a life outside the womb, outside the home. That's hers. That's her domain. She controls the womb, right? But the man, he's responsible for the development. See, that's the sperm. See, that's what's developing. That's the life. It's developing. So she lets him do that. You know, the guiding, the developing, right? See? And the man secure, you know, he has to, because the man is responsible to secure the womb, to make sure that, right, she's protected, secure, fed, and everything else. So he takes care of all that, the logistics of it, right? But the womb belongs to her. Home belongs to her. Period. But the man, right? The womb is just is nothing if it doesn't have life in it. See, but the man brings the life in it, and he gives the guidance. That's what the DNA does, gives the guidance to the growth. But the womb, the control of the womb belongs to the woman. Hope you understand that, if that could make sense to you or not. See, because we talk, that's my house. No, that's her house. You may pay for it, but that's her house. See, you may put something in the womb, but that's her womb. You may put sperm in the womb, but that's her womb. That's her house. That's her home. She's a goddess there. And you step out the way and leave her alone. That's hers. But you are responsible for the guidance, right? Cultivating, right? That's you, because that's the DNA is what controls the growth process. And that comes from the sperm. Understand? Now, the egg contributes in that process because the egg and the sperm mix. But the sperm is alive, the egg is not. So it participates. But it's the sperm that dictates, if you want to use that word, it's the, right? It's the guide. The egg just supports it. See? So the man provides the guidance and the woman supports him. She's supposed to support him, right? But that's her home. And she's control of that. And you just make sure, I don't care, you pay for whatever, you make sure that she's comfortable, secure, protected. Because that's her, that's the womb. Understand that. So let's move on. A couple of things too, you know. People say things like, let's make America great again. Okay. Let's examine that. So I keep telling you, the angel, if anything, try to get you to start thinking. You don't just list stuff and analyze everything. That's what your brain does, but you're in a state of mental suspension where you just accept things. And remember, your brain calculates that stuff. So you accept it. You're not conscious of the calculation. I put it that way. Because your brain is calculating. You're not conscious of it because your mind is distracted. But your brain's still calculating this stuff. And so therefore you be making moves that you don't understand why you're making, doing things that don't make any sense. Because your brain's still calculating, and your brain's what motivates stuff. Let me fix something here right quick. So they say something like, well, let's make America great again, right? Okay. But that means it's not great now then, right? If you're gonna make great again, it means it's not great now then. Right? And if then on the same token tell you, well, America is the greatest country on the planet, greatest ever. Nobody's ever been greater than America. Okay, well, if right now it's the best ever been, but it's not great, because you just said you're making great again, that means it's not great now. That means it was never great. That's what they're saying, but it sounds good. Make America great again. Sounds good. Like somebody said, man, that pork is bad for me, but it tastes good. Or that crack, man, it's bad for me, but it makes me feel good. See what I'm saying? It's bullshit. And you got to stop. That's part of the process. See, you've been taught, in the lessons, they're talking about eating the wrong food. They're not talking about physical food. They're talking about knowledge. And so you eating pork, mental pork, and you don't realize it. See, because they so stupid, they don't understand what they're talking about over there. They say stuff they have no idea what they're talking about. I'm going to teach that in a minute. That's what they're talking about. So how much pork are you mentally eating? Remember I told you, the brain needs food, knowledge. That's the food of the brain. So what kind of knowledge you taking in there? You taking pork knowledge? That shit you get from Farrakhan? See? Yeah, you said, oh, I don't eat pork. But you and this is the worst pork. The mental pork, that's the worst. That's worse than physical. Because it's the mental pork that you're going to be judged on, not the physical one. Because this determines what's happened elsewhere. Just make America great again. In fact, even if you take it halfway, what they're saying, when was it ever great? Oh boy, I'll tell you. Okay, there's a couple more things here, brothers and sisters. We'll get into that. What was the other thing here? Oh, all right. Democracy is great. Well, if democracy is great, what you're saying is that slavery is great, because that's what, in fact, I mean, if you read the history, all slavery was all about capitalism. It was about. It was the whole capitalism adventure to get people work for nothing. That's the essence of capitalism. The profit is the more you can get by paying the less. And that's what getting everything out from the slave by paying them anything. It's pure simple. There's no complication there. They say, oh, you got these niggas, hey man, capitalism, yeah. Do you understand? You're saying slavery was great because that's what it was, a capitalist project. That's what slavery was, capitalism at its best. Get them people work for nothing. Like Christianity. If you say Christianity is great, you have to say, right, that what the Christians is great. Because they're the ones that follow it, they don't want to promote it. And what are they doing? So he's saying murder, disease, rape, enslavement, all that's great. That's what Christianity, that's what Christians been doing for the last 500 years. That's what they've been doing. Murder, rape, terrorizing people, stealing, genocide. And you're saying that God is great, that they worship, the same one that curse you black and doom you to eternal enslavement? That's what you're saying? Because that's what Christianity is. That's what they're saying. You ham. You cursed the eternal enslavement because you made a mistake and looked at Noah when he was drunk. What was Noah doing being drunk anyway? And how they know you was looking if they wasn't looking too? You know, this is all bullshit. And you got people worshiping this stuff. What do you think they mean? And Mark says, man was beating himself. He's worshiping stuff that's against him. He's practicing stuff that's against him. That's what it's talking about. You think he was just punching himself? No, Christianity is totally against you. Totally. The God said, you was cursed black. You ham. They said Jesus did all this stuff, right? He enslaved you. He said you should be enslaved here. And his followers was the one to enslave you because of what he said. His followers was raping you with a cross around their neck and burning you alive, right, on the cross. That's what his followers doing. And so you say, that's your religion? So it means, do you accept that? You said, so you accept that. You say, yeah, we should be burned on the cross. We should be raped. We should be terrorized. Because that's God's will. So I'm gonna be a good Christian. I'm gonna follow God's will. Because that's what you're saying. See the madness? The madness there? So we're gonna talk about a few of those things later. Right, and one more thing. I had made some notes this morning, so I might as well just speak to them right now. I was saying, and that's part of the critique, but I just speak to it right now, right? See, you know the difference between faith and knowledge? Faith kicks in when you don't have knowledge. It means, I can't see anything, so I have faith everything's gonna be all right. So if you see, you don't need faith. If you have knowledge, you need faith. Faith is the absence of knowledge. You just have faith that this may happen. But if you have knowledge, you don't need faith. Faith is a substitute after when we don't have knowledge. When you can't see, you got a faith that, you walk around with a cane, you got faith. But if you see, you don't need a cane anymore. That's what faith is. Absence of knowledge. So you result of faith. We need faith for if you have knowledge of what's going to happen. And that clown this morning opened up. Oh man, all these things happening in the world today was prophesied 1,000 years ago. Yeah, okay, well, how come you didn't see it? I mean, the way he came across, like, he know all this stuff happening now. Well, you didn't see any of it. Yeah, it was prophesied 1,000 years ago, but you didn't see any of it. Farrakhan didn't see it either. And then they were talking about faith. And the thing is, they tell me he ain't there. We don't get into that. But I don't want to jump the gun here. But faith, right? See, Farrakhan, he's having problems over there. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So whereas people wasn't buying that God told me to be quiet stuff, I guess it wasn't selling that well. You selling a product, you want a product that sells well, right? Don't sell it well. You say, well, I might try a different strategy here. I mean, I'm trying to sell it, nobody's buying, so let me put some sugar on it or something, or let me put a bitter girl out there, neck girl out there, something to sell this thing. So I guess that wasn't selling too well. So then they backwards all thing. Well, you gotta have faith. See, because before the thing you were saying was, God told him to shut up. God told him to shut up. Oh, what? But you're the watchman. He said, you're the watchman. You're supposed to tell people it's dark now. When it's dark, you're not supposed to turn the light out. You're supposed to turn the light on. He said God told him to turn the light out, so you make it more dark. You're supposed to be the light. So he said, God told him, shut me, turn the light out. So now you leave everybody in darkness who are paying a bill for 42 years, paying your bill, electric bill. Now you say, well, I'm going to cut the lights out. What the hell? We're paying you a bill for 42 years. And now, when darkness comes, it's like, we're paying you the bill all summer. And now when winter comes, you're going to turn the damn electricity off. We need the heat. We need the heat. We need electricity. We're paying you. And now, all of a sudden, you say, oh, man, we got to close the plant down. You got we're paying you all for the winter. So told me, Michelle, we've been paying 42 years to get across the river. Now it's time to get across the river, and the boat sinks. God told you to sink the boat. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? So God told me, be silent. In time, turn the light out. When the night comes, turn the light out. What the hell, you're supposed to turn the light on. So I guess that wasn't selling too well. So now they come up, oh, have faith. What do we need faith for? We got you. You're talking to God. You say, God just told you to shut up. I mean, you're talking to God. What do you need faith for? We got you. We got a God. He's talking to you directly. What do we need faith for? Because you don't know a goddamn thing. See, it's the same thing, because that's all because you don't know. So now you say, well, have faith. You're supposed to tell us what to do. Get to the river. You're supposed to get across the river. We're supposed to get to the river and say, well, I can't get you across. I'm leaving. Wait a minute, you're supposed to get across the river. Well, the boat sank. We just have faith. Well, how are we going to get across the river? We're paying you to get us across the river. And just have faith. How are we going to get faith going to get us across that river? They said, God said, he's going to get you across the river. So then when you come to the river bank, right, he's supposed to use a boat to get you across the river. So the boat sinks. He said, God told him to sink the boat. So the boat sinks. So I said, wait a minute, what's going on? We need to get across the river. Right? Man, what are you talking about the boats? Why do you sink the boat for? God told you to sink the boat. That don't make no damn sense. We still have to get across the river. Oh, no. Well, that wouldn't work too well, man. You better do something. Okay. Oh, we just have faith. Just have faith. You get across. You have faith. See? Because he can't get you across the damn river. Because he's a goddamn liar. He doesn't know what's happening right now. See? He's not a light. He's probably a light in the darkness. You don't turn light when it comes dark. The only one giving you light, a true light, is the angel. It's the light in the darkness. Anybody's familiar with it know it's the light, because it's lighting up everything. Because before you had this, you had no idea. You was in the darkness. You had no idea what was going on. You had no idea who was who or what was what. If you tell the truth about it, you had no idea who was who and what was what and what time we in. You had no idea, none, zero. And after you've been studying it, then all of a sudden you got all this light and you see clearly. Those of you that really pay attention, you see 2020, you see clearly. More than you expected to ever see. Because you're still around all the darkness all your life. You know, all of a sudden, bam, I was blind all my life, and now, damn, man, I can see everything, see everybody. Now, whether you appreciate it or not, it's up to you. But you better do something about it, because you just got received a lot of energy. Did you deserve it? Say somebody, like I said, if I was a billionaire, I could kill people. See, just find somebody I don't like and give them $1 million. I know it's going to be $1 million he ain't supposed to have. I know he ain't going to do nothing with it. You going to get that $1 million. So have $1 million, just gave $1 million worth of negative energy. Probably kill his dumb ass. See? Because they don't see things that way. But that's the way it is. And so you taking this knowledge, that's wealth. Right? So if I give you $1 million, that's what anybody would have. We turn around and get $1 million to somebody else. Right? So I'm saying, hey, it's all for you, it's on them. They try to get somebody else, right? See what I'm saying? So you take just a little bit, but see yourself, enough, right? But keep passing on. You understand? Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. I guess that's a little too deep for some people. Okay, let's go into my main. I really intend to keep this brief, but like I said, I'm a big liar when it comes to that. I can't help it. I didn't realize it. I meant to be a half an hour. I was 2 hours. And I keep telling my wife, she said the same thing. She said, damn, you go in there and see me, you got 15, 20 minutes. Next thing you look, it's 2 hours. And where'd the time go? You don't realize it. No, I think I said that much. Right? But again, fear. Great fear. It's about to grip America. And when you really understand it, and that's what I'm going to talk about, probably going to expound on some of this, right? But fear, see, fear is part of imbalance. You know, if you lose your balance, you fear falling. See, fear comes in many forms. Imbalance is one. Doubt. And that's imbalance. Doubt itself is an imbalance. So it comes fear. Well, we look at it, maybe fear, that's all about imbalance. And I'm thinking about that as I go, right? See, fear of darkness, where you can't, right? When you can't see anything. You see, the unknown. See, darkness is the unknown. We don't know what's going on. See? So, our people have been constant fear since been over here. See? But now the fear is about to happen. So, what happens, because America's walking a certain way, and so what happens when I get upset? They lose their balance. Because they have a certain idea. All of a sudden, their whole idea, their life, everything is based on an idea. And then all of a sudden, the rug is snatched out from under them. And then in an old world, in darkness, they don't know what to do. Because that fear can be profound. What do I mean? Okay. I'm trying to bring things together, but I'm see right now, this might take an hour or two. I'm not going to do it. To pull these things together. See? Okay. Right now, I talked about justification. That's balance. See? So their justification for what they was doing, they gave them a sense of balance with the sealed Bible. See? Because sealed Bible justifies all the stuff they're doing. Us being Ham, we cursed, enslaved. Right? See what I'm saying? Them being the spirits of Abraham, right? The fact that they attacked the Jews, right? Because what? They killed Jesus. She said, got justification on this. Hey, we're not attacking people that killed my God, my Lord. See? So they was about to wipe. They was going to wipe out the Jews in the 30s based on the sealed Bible. Because they said it was Christ killers. They were justified, and they didn't feel no conscience to that. Because you Christ killers. You understand? So when you see all these different things that happen, you don't understand why they're happening, because you don't understand how mind works, how things work. And so the sealed Bible is the mind for this time. And most of you, I just can't get you to understand that. It's the mind for this. The mind is software. It's not the hardware. Your brain's the hardware. And you have when you're summer, you have a different mind you have in winter. Your brain doesn't change, but your mind has to change, because now you're in a whole different situation. And in summertime, you're trying to stay cool. In the wintertime, you're trying to stay warm. It's two different paradigms. So you have two different mindsets. And you got to adjust your mind, otherwise you're going to die. You can't go in the winter, tell me I'm going to try to stay cold, try to stay cool, because you're going to freeze your ass off. No, you want to try to stay warm. Same thing in the summer. I'm going to try to stay hot, or you're going to get burned, you get your ass burned up. You have a different mindset. She said, so your mindset has to correspond to the time, and then you'll be successful. And that's what scriptures are. They're the mindset you need for any particular time, period. And if you had that mindset, you would be successful. If you reject that mindset, you're a disbeliever, and you killed yourself. Allah didn't do a goddamn thing to you. You did to yourself. See, when they talk about Allah, that's talking about consequence. And consequence is something that you cause. Not God caused it. You caused it. It's by your action. You understand? Because what it tells you, in the judgment, what? You're going to pay for your action. So who's driving the judgment? You. Is God driving the judgment? No. It's you driving it. Because you're paying for your action, not his action, yours. So you don't want judging yourself. Because the judgment says whatever happens to you is a reaction to decisions you made, to what you did. So you did it to yourself. Now you're just paying off. See? So their judgment is the day when all the dams break. Because sometimes some judgment is instantaneous. But if it's dammed up, it's right? That's the day all the dams break. So all the consequences are resolved. See, some consequences, all the consequences, some are immediate. But it's delayed. That's why I have a judgment day, when there's no delay anymore. All the dams break, and there's no delay. The consequences, everything is settled. That's why, because it's judgment day. Then when everything is settled, when all the dams are broken, see, and the consequence, no consequence, right? So you did full force, bam, and that's in the process happening now. Because you can hear, listen carefully, and watch carefully. You see the cracks and start hearing the cracking sounds of the dams. So that's consequence. See? So this fear, right, is a consequence. Is that dam breaks. And they wouldn't expect that they weren't expecting. See? So all they did, also come on them. See? Because the thing is, they wasn't expecting, let's say clearly, they wasn't expecting a consequence. Because they thought they were doing God's will. So they wasn't expecting a negative consequence, put it that way. Because they were expecting a positive consequence. They thought they were doing God's will. So they were getting paid for doing God's work. Well, they was doing God's will, Satan God. Because they God's, see, it's hard to explain these things, but also because your mindset is so limited. Because they are worshiping God. But what God? They tell you what God they're worshiping. They say Satan is God of this world. See, you got to pull these things together. You got to see the whole picture. You got a puzzle, you put a little piece together and say, no, you put the whole picture together. So they are worshiping God. They're worshiping Satan. That's why they don't give him a name. You know, the Europeans don't give God a name. You ever thought about that one? Everybody else give him a name. The Buddhists give him a name. Hindus give him a name. Muslims give him a name. But they don't give him a name. Because they tell you what the name is. It's Satan. Because Jesus said Satan is God as well. That's the God, because what the works they're doing, we're doing Satan's works. And the angel tells you that Satan is the one in control. And they even tell you right now, if bosses, they control America, what they do. You understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? So the thing is that you go along and you're in the winter and you're doing all kinds of winter stuff. And that's what you're supposed to do in the winter. You're doing winter stuff. But that don't play in the spring. And so when spring comes, if you didn't know there's a spring coming, and you thought it was going to be a perpetual winter, you're going to be shocked. You'll be in shock. Oh, what's that? Sun coming, and you're going to be in great fear because all your power is melting before your eyes. Every day your fear is going to increase because all your power is melting. Ain't nothing, goddamn thing you can do about it. All your power is melting right before your eyes. You see? All that great power you had, you weren't expecting that. Because you thought that was going to be forever. So you think, this is what they're doing, it's going to be forever. But they was created for a season. We're told 6,000 years. Even the Genesis tell you that. Adam only had 6 days. 6,000 years. But they think it's going to be perpetual. So the shock is when they find out that no, they was actually working for Satan. That was their God. And everything they was doing, right, was against, right, God, the real God, right? But see, you said, well, wait a minute, didn't you just say Satan was the God? Yeah, but who put Satan in charge? See? God put Satan in charge. Okay, it's your time. You rule now. So you could not have ruled without God's permission, according to Sunni says anyway, right? So that was Satan's time. He was God's will because God gave, right? We gave him, Satan, and his people 6,000 years. We gave it to him. And for that 6,000 years, right, they were just. They was just because what they was doing was consistent with the season. Capitalism, Christianity, sealed Bible, that was consistent. That was the mindset. Because it was energy deprivation. So that's the mindset you need to survive to energy deprivation. And we was told to submit to that because it was bad for us, but the point is that to survive it, you had to submit to it. If you're from Africa and a cold spell comes, you got to go ahead. You can't say, well, I'm going to keep running around. Well, let's say if you live in the jungles, that I don't want to say it like that because they say, yeah, we were all in the jungle. But say you was living in the jungle and a cold spell comes through there, when Arctic wind, you're going to say, I'm going to keep running around with no clothes and stuff on, you're going to die. So you got to submit to it. And when the winter people come in, you got to go along with the winter people because they know how to deal with the winter. And you're going to need to cook clothes and stuff from them. And they're going to make you pay for it. So they're in control. Every time they hug you, it's going to be freezing, man. You know, because they cold people. And it's going to be hard getting along with them because everything talking about is cold. They preaching cold. And you don't want that. It's against your nature. You want some warm. You know, I was telling people, when I was living in Chicago, right? And I used to live on the lake on Martin Luther King Drive, right? Just before you get to the loop. Right? Cormac Inn, not half a mile from Cormac Inn, I think. Martin Luther King Drive, I think just before you get to 47th Street. I think that was 47th Street. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. And wintertime, it gets, oh boy, it gets cold in Chicago. And so I would jog. My cool it was, I wouldn't think about it because I said, man, right? I was my 20s at the time, right? Maybe early 30s. I left him when I was about 32, something like that. right? And this was after Elijah Muhammad departed. I was living along the lake, right? And I used to go out jogging, and I'd be like a polar bear, man. I got 3 layers of coats on everything. I mean, I tell you, man, I look like a bear because I got all these clothes and stuff on. Because it was cold as hell. But I was out there, I'm going to do my 5 miles. I'm running out there, man, all this clothes on, and here come a devil running down there with nothing but a pair of shorts on and not even a shirt. Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. It's 20 degrees, 10 degrees, 5 degrees, this cloud walking. You know what I'm saying? Whole different people. And for your little science here, right? You know, black means, when you see something black, that means the sun, the black is absorbing all the light from the sun, all of it. That's why what you see is darkness, because no light was reflecting, because it's absorbing all the light. So there's no light, so you don't see any light coming back. So to you, you think that that's dark or black, because you don't see any light coming back, because it's absorbing all of it. And sunlight is vitamins. I don't know if you understand that. Sunlight is vitamins to us. So you're absorbing all of it. That's good. That's good. Absorbing all of it. But see, devils, they don't absorb none of it. Because white is when all the light comes back. Let me see, green, that means all the colors are being absorbed except green. That's why when we look at vegetables, you say, they can tell you what vegetables are good, bad, based on the color. Because it's based on light. That's how you know vitamins are connected with light. So the thing is, you go in there and you see, if so you see a vegetable, right, and it's green, that means it's absorbing all the light except green. So you might say, well, that tell you what vitamins has in it. Because it's reflecting green, that's not absorbing, that vitamin's not going to be in there. Whatever vitamin associated with green. Or if it's red like a tomato, it's absorbing everything except red. So you know red is reflected back to you, that's why you see red. So you say, well, it doesn't have that vitamin. Right, okay. But when you see white, that means it's not absorbing any of it. It's all light's coming back. When all light come back, you see it as white. When all the colors are blended together, you see it as white. See, because it's bright. It's all white. You see all the light. That's why it's so bright. So it comes to you as you think you consider it being white. What's new about white? It's just bright. So it's different between bright and darkness. Right? All the light together, see, that's bright. Or no light, it's dark. You don't see any light. You understand? So what happens with the devils, when it hits them, because it reflects all back, that's why they get sunburned. Because at the skin, on the skin level, the light is bouncing back. That means that's the heat that's burning it, because you absorbed it. So therefore, it gets in your body, and you don't feel no heat because you absorbed it. But if it reflects it at the surface right there, it burns because you're not reflecting it. That's why they get sunburned. I thought I'd explain that to you. Okay. So that's good because we absorbed all that. Okay. So let me get back to my story here. So in the case of fear here, it's a change in season. So like I said, the winter people, then all of a sudden, they didn't expect the spring, and all their powers melt. They get fear, and the fear gets greater. And all of a sudden, the people that they had under control, that was freezing, that couldn't do anything, it was immobile, because it was freezing, man, always crying, oh man, it's cold, man, you know. All of a sudden, they start getting strong and standing up, and they know what they did to these people. And they can't do anything because their power is fading because all the ice is melting. And the sun's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And the hotter the sun gets, the more energized the people they had under control gets. And the weaker they become. And the fear becomes greater and greater and greater. Because they know it's going to be retaliation for what they did. That's just one way of looking at it. So this reality is coming to a screeching halt. Because we're going to make America great. I mean, for their mind, this thing's going to continue like this forever. Because they don't understand seasons Why? Why couldn't they understand seasons? Well, okay. You think a daffodil understands seasons? It comes what, in the spring, and then it's gone. What comes? I guess it starts growing in the spring and it blossoms in the summer or something like that, right? But it's dead in the fall. You know, never know fall. Is all it knows. It fears fall because fall destroys it, and never sees winter. So they don't know about all the seasons. Had to go. You had to go through all the seasons and know about them, right? And so they weren't even around when the spring came. That's when they was giving birth to. So they never saw the winter. So the point is, like I said, the devils, they never seen any other season but this season. And they ain't know about any other season. They don't know about the seasons. We do, because we've been through all the seasons. We go through them all every 24,000 years. We go through all 4 seasons every 6,000 years. 6,000 years, 6,000 years. That's 4 of them, that's 24,000. And we've been going for 70 trillion years. So we know all the seasons. See? And we got the mind for, with a mind developed each season. It's like going to the grocery store and say, oh, I need this, needs. Well, we say, okay, this season coming on. So you're going, hey, give me this mind. That's the mind I need. You know, hey, give me this, you know, scientists say, okay, hey, man, we're going to new season. Okay, here's the mind you need for that season. That's the scripture. You need for that season. And we understand that. See? And so it says, we're told, right? Hey, here's a real bad season coming up, man. It's really cold. Really cold, man. It's a real cold season. So the best thing you do, man, is look, go over there. Where those people, those winter people is, right? Because they're gonna be powerful. Be over them and do whatever they tell you to do. Just do whatever they tell you to do. Don't fight them. Don't do whatever they tell you to do. Right? Because it's gonna be real cold, man. It's gonna be really cold, and they know. See, they know about the cold. They know how to deal with the cold. Just do what they tell you to do. Submit to the master. Do what the master tells you to do. Because it's really cold. They know how to hunt in the cold. See, they know how to get the polar bears and got the fish in Iceland. They know how to do all this stuff. And you don't. And you still got to eat. So you got to go in there. They tell you, hey, man, I want you to go do this here, man. We got to go fishing. I want you to come here and this is what I want you to do for me to get this fish. And I'll give you a fish. You understand, brothers and sisters? But the cold people don't realize, right? Because they came to existence during the cold, so they think it's going to be cold forever. They think they're going to control all the the greater people, right? Forever. Because they think they never seen other seasons. They came in existence during the cold. But they know how. They adopted the cold. They was built for the cold. But they don't want to say, and then when seasons change, spring, what the hell's going on here? What is this? I see it's coming. And it's, oh man, we're in trouble. Right? And it seems to be this winter, the spring, this season coming in, it seems to be helping these people that we had under control here. They seem to be invigorated by it, but man, us, we losing power. All our icebergs and all the stuff we had, man, all the stuff is melting. We're losing our power fast. And they seem to be energized. What the hell's going on here? You see? Fear, confusion. And that's what it is, brothers and sisters, because they don't have no idea what the spring is like. They never seen it. This new age coming in, they never seen it. They have no idea what it's like. They have no idea what it's like to be blessed, so to speak. You understand? Because in the next one, the Quran tells, the Bible tells, you put $100, you get $1,000 back. You know, so 1 grain of corn and you get a whole ear of corn back. See, what kind of economic system is that? That's in capitalism. Capitalism is just the opposite. You see? You do a little bit of work, get a whole lot back. Now, they got something like that on their end, but they had to exploit us to do it. But you ain't got to exploit anybody to do it. It's just that's the way nature universe. A little bit of effort gets you a lot of bit of, you got the fulcrum. A little bit of effort gets you a lot of reward. Okay? And we got to be careful with that one because, like I said, that's why Suleiman has to make sure he has to validate every person that gets in there. Because if you let devils in there, then you won't be able to get rid of them. Because that's a time of grace and mercy, so to speak, right? So they do a bad thing, but instead of, they get a good consequence. See what I'm saying? Because like I said, if you understand it, you give $100, you get $1,000 back. Right? So it says that's the equation, right? So you go and take $100 from somebody, right? You're supposed to get, but you don't get that kind of consequence. Otherwise, you only get $900 back. See, wait. So they'd be like flies in the kingdom, causing all this mischief and blood. We don't want that. We don't want any flies and insects. That's what you see. That gets what it says. The Son of Man will send anything that iniquity or offense has to be clean. Otherwise, we have insects. Have people like that. Can't get rid of them. Because, I mean, if you got 900 units with positive energy, what you going to do? He just don't have as much as you because he's stealing from other people. That's his nature. But he's still got positive energy. He's still got a defense. That's if he can handle the pressures of it. But you understand what I'm saying? We don't get, but that's one. I don't want to, let me move on. But Caesar's changing, they don't understand it. It's confusing for them. See? So, anyway, and that's the beginning of the fear. The beginning of the fear is the sensing that the season is changing. That's the beginning of it. That says men's hearts be failing for fear of those things, anticipation, because they see it. Oh, a new season's changing. See, the season hasn't changed yet, but they see it's beginning to change. They see the sun start coming over the rise. Oh, what's that? No, say it was a night, put it like that. And you was creating a night, so you never know anything about any day. You never seen a day, you don't know what a day is. All of a sudden, you never seen the sun before. All you see is the moon. You thought that's the creation. You thought that was the creation. Night, the moon, that was it. All of a sudden, you see some light come on the horizon. What the hell is that, New Dawn? You get fear in you. What's going on with that? Because you're accustomed to the dark. You like darkness. You love it. And all of a sudden, your darkness disappearing. And Lord, what the hell is that? And exposing you too. Because you're undercover dark, nobody can really see who you are or anything. All of a sudden, what the hell? And as it gets brighter and brighter, you get more fearful. What the hell? And the lightness killing you, destroying you, exposing you and everything else. So put that away. That's what's happening, brothers and sisters. New season coming in. And they've never seen before. It destroys their mind, because what their mind is based on this going, right? This winter season, right? Mischief, shed blood, genocide, enslavement. That was the mind for this season. They were successful at it because that was the mind for this season of 6,000 years. But now all of a sudden, that mind doesn't work anymore. I have to have a new mind. And I'm going to go into that more detail in a minute. And so fear comes upon them because they don't know what to do. Confusion. See what's going on. See? Because suddenly, oh, was cursing, was blessing Israel, and was cursing Ham. And then we find out that Ham is really Israel. Israel is really Ham. And because that's what Nehemiah says. And so therefore, you're off balance now. And so you want to hold on. You know, what happens when you slip and fall? You try to grab anything you can grab onto to stay balanced. So he says, no way, hell, that can't be right. We're losing balance. We're going to fall. So try to hold on to balance. Hold on to false Israel with all you can. Even though it looks, you see right away how evil they're proving that they ain't real. Look how they're menacide, they're doing all this stuff, but you got to hold on to them because you was holding your balance. Look all the stuff they're doing, but you hold on. Everybody sees it. You're losing balance, but you hold, I'm grabbing this because you want to fall. So you hold on to false Israel, dressed. Desperate. You get the feel, brothers and sisters? You feel me? You get the feel of it? This is not just an analogy. This is exactly what's happening. And so also you just get fear because you are, when you get fear, you feel you falling. First thing you do, you start slipping, you fear. Fear's the first thing hits you. When you feel like you slip and fall, the first thing fear hits you, fear. So fear, because all of a sudden everything's coming out of balance. And so you're trying to hold on to something to keep from falling. But everything you hold on is slipping. You hold on, but hold on, you hold this rope and the rope breaks. You're trying to grab on anything. You're holding on that and it falls. And you still can't break nothing. You can't find anything to break your fall. I mean, it slows it down, but you still can't stop from falling. But you're desperate to keep from falling. That's what's happening. So fear increases because they see the whole world is changing around them. Remember, talking about supply and demand? They're losing supply. So there's no demand. Without appliance and demand, capitalism won't work anymore. It's the whole system. And then the justification, sealed Bible, that doesn't work anymore because they found that they was cursing the wrong one and blessing the wrong one. So the justification of what they was doing was wrong because they were saying what they was doing wasn't good. It was good for Satan, but it wasn't good for the God they claimed they were believing in. So you see, that's destroyed. The justification of what they was doing is destroyed. The economic system is destroyed. See? And then the democracy is destroyed because now everybody's fighting with each other. See, there's no Hajj or anything there. See, the whole thing is collapsing, which creates more fear. Because when everything collapses, it means there's nothing to hold on to. And so here you done fell for a 10-story building. What you think? You fall for the Empire State Building. What you think you're feeling if you hit the ground? You're in a state of fear. Will it take 2 or 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whenever I hit the ground? Your fear just increases. You're in a total state of fear. That's the only thing. There's nothing else in your mind. You ain't thinking about your mother, your father, your grandfather, your bills. You're in a total state of fear until you hit that ground, and that's over. Your fear just increases. And that's what's happening. They're in free fall. They can't find anything to go. They're grabbing, but everything they grab is falling apart. They grab hold and fall Israel wall, and the whole world turned against them. Because everybody can see that's not Israel. See? The capitalist system is falling apart. They got bricks on these other people that say, hey man, we don't need you no more. We own supply. So now they're desperate on that count. They hold on to false Israel and everything else, and now they're desperate. Now, let's see, when they say about capitalism work, why, if capitalism worked so well, it was such a good thing, why you got to take Panama Canal now? Why you got to take Mexico? Why you got to take Canada? Why you got to take Greenland? You see what I'm saying? Everything's collapsed because they're desperate. Okay? And then the political system, everybody's against each other. You got to understand and read the signs, brothers and sisters, right in front of your face. That's all the signs of total collapse and balance. Fear. And the more worse it gets, the greater the fear becomes. The fear is already starting, right? See? But how long before they recognize it when it comes totally recognized? So they're doing everything to keep people from recognizing, oh, you're falling. Oh, don't worry about it, man. It's a cushion. It's a cushion. Don't worry about you fall. It's a cushion there for you. We're going to make America great again. See? We're gonna have a religious revival. See, we're gonna unite everybody. We're gonna have a united political system. See, everything they keep telling you. Listen to things they're telling you. See, because they can't break your fall. They're trying to tell, well, don't worry about it, because we got a cushion. You ain't gonna crash and burn. We got a cushion for you. That's why they're doing this. I'm trying to get you to start understanding what you, to recognize what you're seeing. See, sometimes you can see things, but you can't recognize what you're seeing. Like the other day, boy, I felt so stupid, right? I had my tablet, I had it on the couch, right? And the couch is black, and the tablet's black. So I left a tablet on the couch, right? And I'm looking at my tablet, man, I'm getting upset. My tablet. I went in the living room, look, I ain't seen no tablet. Right, come on, man, my tablet, man. So somebody took my tablet, my son's here, and I'm trying to get him out of here. I said, man, he must have took it. The tablet was on the couch, black on black, that's why I didn't see it, but it was there all the time. And so I went and told my wife, I said, I apologize. I said, because you ain't gonna believe what happened. Because she said I was getting upset about it, right? And I said, well, I went to her. I said, yeah, well, I was stupid. I went in there. I didn't pay close attention. I left it on the couch, and it's black, and it was black, and I didn't notice it because it was black on black. But you understand the thing is that you got to learn to understand what you're seeing. And they're trying to get you to think, to divert your attention, to make you don't believe your lying eyes. See, what you're seeing is not what you're seeing. They're trying to tell you what you're seeing. I'm trying to get you to see clearly what you're seeing. What you're seeing is they're free fall, and fear is gripping. And I'm trying to give you a good analogy. So what happens when you're in fear? The one thing you want to do is you want to first you want people remove the sense of fear. So you say, oh, you got a cushion. Because if you see you're about to fall, then you find there's a cushion on you don't feel so bad about it. Hey man, I just fall on the cushion, I just get back up. Right? But when you realize there's no cushion, only thing you want to do is remove that fear. And what's the fear? The fear is, what was they practicing capitalism on? The profit of us. What was the justification about? Just find the exploitation of us. And what was the democracy about? Unification for them to all work together on it. It was all about us. So therefore, we're the cause of the fear. So the point is, right? Because as far as Israel goes, remember, they was cursing us. And now we're trying to be Israel, and as far as Israel coming here. So we're the cause of the fear. Because the whole world is flipping around. And so, get rid of the fear. You want to get rid of the fear. If you're in fear, the only thing you think of is getting rid of that fear. You understand? I'm trying to put this in a way so you can understand it clearly what's happening. So you're the cause of the fear, so then they got to get rid of you. That's their first reaction. Once they realize the cushion is not there. See? And there's nothing to hold on to anymore. Nothing to hold on, and there's no cushion. Right? False Israel's gone. Economy collapsed. Right? They got political turmoil. They can't, right, work together. All that. And there's no cushion. And you're the one That's to cause all this. Because you, the one, is where the consequence is coming from. Doing them as it done to you. You the consequence, right? You're going to be the consequence of the action. You're the one that's right? And so they don't want that consequence. They don't want that pain. They don't want the suffering. They don't want to pay for what they did. So they got to get rid of you. That's impossible, but that's what they're going. That's their last resort. You see, now if you look at that, exactly what I've been saying, I just put it in a very simple way for you. Everything we say is consistent. That's exactly what the scripture's saying. The fear increases, they have to get rid of you. They want to get rid of that fear. But they can't, because spring is coming in. So hold on there for a second. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit here. Give me a second, wrong sisters. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm switching gears, but not totally. Right. It's gonna be consistent. Just, oh, here we go, this camera stuff again, boy. Let's see what I can do about this. I tell you. Well, let's deal with this for a little more. Now, the fear is going to be increased to the point where they have nothing to hold on to anymore. They're in free fall. They know there's no cushion. Got crash and burn. One thing says, let's get rid of causes of fear. Let's get rid of gravity. Right? Well, no gravity, when they wouldn't crash and burn. They use the gravity, so to speak. But what happens? Now remember, that fear is intense. Off the page at that point. Then what happens? When they go and try to eliminate you, that's what they said, that's the way we're going to absolve this fear. Remove it, right? And they find they can't. And then the full consequence hits them, bam! When they're trying to stop the consequence. The flood. The dam breaks. Flood hits them. Then what happens then? And it's already at maximum fear. It means it goes beyond astronomical at that point. See? It doesn't kill them. See? But now they know everything's, they're in free fall. They can't stop it. There's no way they can stop it. Okay. So it knows nothing but destruction. It still got a little way more falling to do. Still falling. So it fears me off the page. So actually, get to the point where they try to stop the reason for the fear. They can't do that. And then it just nothing but fear upon fear. Astronomical, exponential. I said, the fear is about to grip me. It's going to grip this country, and it's going to grip it, and it's not going to let go until it's totally wiped, destroyed. The fear. I'm trying to get a point of what. I'm just trying to get some feel of what this fear is going to be like, right? And some of you are going to taste some of this fear because of lack of knowledge. Okay, switch gears a little bit here. Okay. I'm going to try to explain this in another way. This is what I'm going to talk about now. Gather my thoughts here. Let's start with Adam. Now, Adam, they're talking about the Quran is God can make God coming out of dark ages 500 years ago. Now, what is the period of energy deprivation? That means energy deprivation is total. You don't have enough energy to maintain yourself. Energy deprivation. That means you can't think properly, right? And all your other facilities may be limited because you need energy to see, you need energy to talk. So maybe eyesight becomes dim. Because your body, what happens to your body, it manages energy. So what happens is, it looks at the critical functions which keep you alive. So if energy gets real low, there's going only the function that's going to keep your heart going, make your lungs going. No, that's critical functions because both those those are two most critical functions you got. Maybe you might lose your kidney function. Now you're on dialysis. You may go blind. You may go deaf. Those are all aspects of energy deprivation. But your heart and lungs, so you're still alive, but everything else has failed because you don't have the energy to maintain those things anymore. And a lot of us suffer some of those things during the Holocaust. Right? But devils, they didn't, because if we're Lamborghini, it takes a lot of energy to maintain us. A Volkswagen Beetle don't take much. So they can see good, right? All the functions, their kidneys working, everything's working for them, right? They control their land, they control their government, right? Because they got all this exposable energy, so to speak. Disposable energy, if you want to call it that. That's the idea behind Yaqub. Said, let's make, okay, everybody's Lamborghinis here, but we can't afford, we can't afford to maintain this anymore. So we're going to have to park these Lamborghinis in the garage. We can't afford the gas, we can't afford the insurance, can't afford anything to operate these things anymore. So they set them in the garage somewhere, rotting away. But let's go and make a cheaper version. Let's make a Volkswagen Beetle that don't have Don't have automatic transmission, don't have power windows, don't have radio, none of that stuff, right? See, just turn on the engine, and now you don't take nothing for insurance, right? Cheap tires, cheap gas. I mean, you can throw 1,000 miles over tank of gas. So now, man, they moving and grooving. While Lamborghinis, man, they can't do anything. They riding away. That's the idea behind Yakub. That's why they're devoid of melanin. Don't have see, being white means you don't have those things. It means that, right? You know, means you don't have them. Blue eyes, that means you don't have all the color. You lose all that stuff. So you strip down version. Before I go there, I want to show you this stuff before I forget. That reminds me of something before I forget. I want to show you this, brothers and sisters. No, I'm not that one. I'll get to that in a minute. See it right there? See that? That's beauty. That's beginning of beauty, because I was just, they're going to be much more beautiful than that. I mean, how can you get more beautiful than that? How can you be more beautiful than that? That's beauty. Black beauty. Boy, that's beautiful. Boy, she is beautiful, ain't she? See? They sent me something on YouTube, you know, but there's this old they show you about talking about Madonna was the most beautiful woman in the world. What was that, Ray Charles, the government? I ain't Ray Charles, can see too better than that. But see this right there, that's what I want to show you here. Imitation is never as good as the original. Imitation is never as good as the original. Eh? Imitation is never good as the original, never. They tell you that's it? No. No, that's it. This is the beauty here. That's the imitation. The imitation is always a stripped down version, ain't it? This don't have anything, this don't have. This is missing stuff. This is made up. They have to make up on this one. This can become this. This can never become that. A black person can't become white, right? Because that's what they came out of us. She might have a crown, but she can never be complete with this. See? Like I said, they had what's the way they said, they had an image of godliness, right? Denying the substance of it. They don't have the substance. They might look, but they don't have shame. They don't have conscience. They don't have any of those things. Stripped down version. That's why they walk around naked. They don't see themselves. They walk around naked, and everybody's pretty proud to be how naked they are. They walk around naked now, and they talk about how we was naked. They walk around naked now with the pants off, the crack of the ass and everything else, and they think that's good. One of the reasons why they do it because they lose control of their men. The men is preferring this always, even doing Holocaust, and they're desperate to keep the men attracted to them. So they're showing them everything, and they got sisters following in footsteps. No, that's beauty right there. That's the imitation. See, got the form of godliness, the form. Don't have the substance, and just the form. You know. See, it's like a coloring book, right? You get this version, then you got to color it up. You got to add more to it to get this. You understand? You don't get a coloring book like this, and then you take from it to get this. No, you get this, and you have to add to it to get this, because this is more. I always show that, so I don't want to forget. Boy. And about once we get home and everything else, this sister might consider being ugly. Because this is going to be so much more beautiful than this. You can't say, how can that be? Well, that's where it's going to be. The Quran tells you that too. Right? And it's beautiful. When you get home, they're going to be much more beautiful than this. That's the sisters that's here now, right now. They can be, Quran said they're going to be made like virgins again. So that means they're going to be, right? Their beauty is going to be more profound. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. I wanted to get to that. Right, so as I was saying, Lamborghinis, so we suffer mental incident, right? So we was told how to deal with. We got the mind. Well, we say, okay, this is the mind you need to deal with this winter situation you're about to go into, right? That's a sealed Bible. So you submit to that, because it's according to that, you're supposed to be slaves, and they're going to abuse you and afflict you, right? Submit to it, right? So Jacob said, okay. Angel said, okay. But Esau, he wasn't going to submit to it, and neither was Ishmael. See? Iblis says to Ishmael, I ain't going to do it. So what happens? Oh, I can't believe this. Okay, I'm at to cut it short. Just hold on a second. Oh man, I can't. It's been over an hour and a half already. Okay, hold on, brothers and sisters. Hold on. I did hit finish just later on today or tomorrow. Okay, brothers and sisters, my bad. I got a 3 o'clock appointment. I didn't realize it. And I saw them keep down to half an hour the most. I can't believe I'm going about 2 hours already. Unbelievable. So let me close this out real quick. And I'll probably finish up later on today or maybe tomorrow. So I'll get this point across. They refuse. Right? So the point is that they didn't understand. He said, God told me, I know what you know not. See? So they didn't go to the Holocaust. And we did. But they didn't understand the function of it. But the function of the Holocaust, right, puts on intense pressure because the affliction of it, right? The servitude, that goes into deprivation. But the affliction was beyond, but that was the nature of Adam to do that. So affliction caused us, and I'm moving quickly through this, caused us to be transformed. Right? The pressure, the affliction, right? Because that's their nature against ours, caused us to be transformed. See, so it transformed us, male and female, because both of us went through it. So both get rewarded. Okay, in addition to that, I'm trying to understand what this whole thing, in addition to that, right? Okay, by doing this to us, taking something from us, right? Part of it was transformation, and also part of it was the positive energy that was generated. Because you take something from someone, it's affliction with a butt board. They took something from us, because it's transformed, but also took some of our, see, servitude was loud. That was part of energy deprivation. That was in tune with the season. But energy, but affliction, that was beyond. So it was like you taking $1,000 from somebody, you stole it from them, right? So now you create negative energy for yourself, positive for them. So all this positive energy they created for us, right? Now I said the transformation is as a affliction because of two natures conflicting, and because they did this, right? They created positive energy for us, right? Okay. But they didn't go through that. And see, that pressure was, the pressure was great enough because that's the pressure you need to go to the next season. See, you need to be able to handle that structure to go to the next season. See, spring, that's the structure. But no one else did with but us. That's why Scripture said all of them be wiped out. All of them. Because they didn't go through that. So they're all working together to try to stop us before the season comes in. They see it coming in to try to stop us. They can't, but they're going to try. You understand what I'm saying? So the other thing is that I started talking about hush. We're a body. We're going to recognize we're a body. We're going to come together. We have cancer cells, and that's the demons. Cancer cells in right now. We're going to remove them because we energize our body, start healing, get rid of the demons, right? But the other thing is like we're a body. So you got brain cells, you got heart cells, you got leg cells, whatever. But it says, Son of Man, he would go through that with you because it said he would eat shit. It says in the Bible, he would go through it too. He's part of it because he's the brain cell of the body. He's the primary brain cell of the body. So as a brain cell, he focused on mental things. So the energy he has, the positive energy he has, he used all that positive energy for all that positive energy he gets. We all get it. But if you're a heart cell, you're going to use it to develop your heart to be a better heart cell. If you a lung cell, you're going to use it because that's your nature. But if you're a brain cell, you're going to be it's more smaller. You're going to use your energy that way. So the Son of Man, he's the main brain cell, so he's going to use all the energy, and that's the energy you need. That much energy you need to break the angel. See where I'm going? So once it does that, then he's upload, but to transfer that mind cell, that mind to the whole body. He has to do it. He was the only one because no one else could do it because he had that much. And it took that transformation when he transformed. Now he's the brain cell. So he's the one that has all his energy is focused on that. So that's enough energy to break those seals and then transfer that mindset to the whole body. So I'm giving you a short version, right? So now the body is transformed. It's got a new mind, right? It's all this positive energy. It's got its nature, right? It's confirmed. Right, it's hard now. So when it comes to seeing the great army, you see I'm putting it together for you. See? Seeing the great army, right? With all this positive energy. So now you got this nature. Remember this nature was dominating, their nature was dominating our nature. But now our nature, our nature is intact. So now it's your nature colliding. Now you got this extreme serious war. This terrible war going here in America, the two natures colliding, right? And this one got this mind, right? Because it's the Son of Man, right? Right? They're colliding. You understand? And then on top of that, right? Remember, the two natures colliding, but now you got all this positive energy, right? So what you do with positive energy? You take all the wealth they have, all of it, and leave out here with great substance. Assalamu alaikum.